You do get caught. You know, your wife is no idiot. She knows what's going on. She knows the signs. It's amazing just how many men have an affair and they think, you know, I'm in complete control. It's only a bit of fun. My wife won't ever even find out. And then when it does find out, then they come to me and I have to sort out all this, you know, problems and try and give them another chance, or maybe no other chance, and divorce and all the problems that comes from that, and custody battles. There is a danger there, so don't let it go so far you go crazy and you lose your common sense. You know, you will get caught. So, you know, are you willing to have that problem in your relationship and do that to this other person you live with and your kids? So this is actually our mindfulness and our wisdom don't allow us to go to such a point and we get crazy and we lose the sense of, you know, of reality. You don't always think that you're in control of this stuff, because you know that sexuality is such a strong force. Most of you can't control it. When you get so far, that's it. And relationships just keep going on, and sometimes you know it's going to hurt. You should have known earlier, so please learn. It's not a guilt trip. We're not saying, oh, you bad boy and you terrible girl, you shouldn't have done that, and you're excommunicated from the Buddhist society for life. Guilt, again, has no part of this, because if we have guilt, then we're running through fear. We should never work through fear. We should always work through just the wisdom, understanding the consequences, and being wise and being sharp. So in sensuality, everybody has to have some sort of restraint. In other words, it's not just some free lunch, we can just eat at the table of sensuality as much as we want and thinking nothing's going to go wrong. We have to balance our diet of sensuality. Not too much, not too little, according to our means and how we make that decision of how much. And also, you know, the best way is restraint for your partner. You know, just for her or for him, and keep it that way. And also understand the dangers there. And again, because I'm a monk, because, you know, we draw the line as monks, having actually very little sensuality, especially sexuality with the opposite sex, because again that was going to really help our deep meditation even much more. It's one of the great teachings of the Buddha. He said that when you lessen the sensuality, you're concerned for the outer world, especially even sexuality, food and entertainment. Literally your mind goes more inside. It doesn't get drawn outside so much, and so it makes it much easier to get into the deep meditations. And that might interest some of you, or might sort of confuse some of you, but it's one of the reasons why when you go on these 9-day meditation retreats, we always ask people to keep 8 precepts, which means no sexuality for those 9 days, in order that you can actually focus more on the inner world rather than the outer world, because the sensuality we're talking about there draws you out, and for the time you're meditating you want to go in. And actually you do get another type of happiness when you withdraw from that sensuality. So monks and nuns sort of usually are non-sensual. And because we're non-sensual, that sometimes people think that all Buddhists should be like that. And they start complaining, what happened if everybody became a Buddhist? Then we will not have any more people in the world. And that's a stupid comment, because only some people will go to be monks and nuns. Ordinary Buddhists, they have families and they go to the casino. But if you go to the casino, be careful. You know, don't go too far. Know your limits, and if you get too far, like the train, stop before, you know, it's irreversible.